What's happening? Adam Drake here, and today I have a product from PrintWerks. It's kind of funny because we received this maybe a week to a week and a half after the Roar 1/8 Fuel Nationals, and this is called the Fuel Cool. And I don't know if this was coincidence or if this was something that PrintWerks already made and it just happened to be right around the time of the Nationals. But it's a 3D printed, basically like koozie for your fuel bottle. And then inside it has like the gel packs, so you can throw this in your freezer. And then you can put your fuel bottle in it so it keeps your fuel cool for quite some time. So I'm just going to kind of read the little printout that came from PrintWerks here. It says, with a fuel cool, you can keep your fuel cool for hours. This can benefit the engine's performance as well as help reduce swelling of fuel tanks when running in high temperatures for long periods of time. And then it just kind of gives some instructions for use, saying to put this in the freezer for 4 to 6 hours. And then at the bottom it says, enjoy improved performance and less DQs for fuel tanks being over the maximum volume. So reading that, I guess a bit of this came from the Nationals, but I just kind of want to touch base on it because it's actually a pretty cool idea. Now, the disclaimer to this is I've tested with fuel cooling systems in the past. I have some friends like Scuba, who's the crew chief for the Rockstar Husqvarna team. Back when, I believe it was still the Rockstar team, but it was when they were on Suzuki's. He got us a fuel cooling system. It was basically like a radiator that was packed in a box with dry ice. And then the fuel would kind of cycle through this radiator system to keep it really, really cold. The problem is when we tried doing runs, the fuel would then it would change temperature so fast within the car that when the fuel was super cold, the engine would be rich. So you would adjust the engine, lean it out to get it tuned properly for the cold fuel. But by the time you got to the end of the tank and before you came to that pit stop to get more fresh cold fuel in the tank, the tune was already starting to change. So it's something that I haven't used again recently, or haven't tested again recently. I do plan to test it out and see on a hot day if there can be performance gains with it. But it is something that you could use at races where they are checking your tank, because they won't allow you to come to tech with a cold fuel bottle and basically put cold fuel in so that it contracts the tank or shrinks it down. But if you come in after the race and you just ran your last fuel stint, you're going to be pretty low on fuel. So they don't really say anything or have any control over you topping off the tank before bringing it to tech. So if you have this, you could have one of your bottles with cold fuel in it. You come in with a fairly low fuel load, put cold fuel in. So in the 3 to 5 minutes that your car is sitting there before it actually goes through the tech process, it's sitting there with cold fuel and cooling the tank, and potentially it could help. I think it's always cool to see people making kind of little gadgets and trick things. So definitely something that I'll try out on a practice day and see if there's any performance gains. That would be my main reason for wanting to test it out. But yeah, I'll put down in the description a link to where if you want to order one of these, you can reach out to them and try one out yourself.